running from the sea to the other side. Then I go to that side and they say, come, come, yalla, yalla is an Arabic word. Yalla, yalla, you know.
Yeah.
So I followed that yalla to another spot. We was going into a boat, a fiver boat. Everybody then I said, oh, okay. So I jump into the boat. We was more than 200 people. But
In the
normally,
boat?
but normally that boat is take more than 20 people.
It doesn't take more than 20.
Yeah, but
The
we
boat.
was
But it was 200 people.
more than that. And we
And
was
this is
inside.
also women were part of
Yeah.
this.
In that time, I see pregnant women, kids, whatever. That was full of many things inside. But it's in the middle of the night, and I was inside. I said, "Oh, I survived from the tongue. Okay, so I'm here again. So what is the journey for? So I don't know. For me, was I have
Just
to
whatever.
move. Yeah, whatever. So I prefer
Yeah.
to. For me, my destiny was not even to survive. Just okay, we are here today, we are here tomorrow. So that's how journey was. So they throw you,
So they just throw you in the boat and
and they on the engine. They say, this is the destination for Europe. If you guys arrive, they get rescued from Europe. If you guys capsize, at least you're not gonna die inside this country because there is no. I don't never see a cemetery for black people in Libya. So for them, you die in the sea. It's better than that you die inside there. Yeah, they
so
can
you
use
were
it.
not gonna actually get to the other destination
No.
if you were still strong enough.
Yeah, I remember 2 nights. They said the boat was broke.
2 nights in the boat.
Yeah, and the boat was broke, and then the water was just floating like this. So sometimes you see yourself this side, the other side, and after the 3 days, without water, without people are dying, and the boat is going down, then we saw something up, flying. That was a helicopter. Then they came nearby us to because the boat doesn't move anymore, but they tell us they go down, tell us to stop, because in that time we find out that we are not anymore in Africa, and they tell us to stop. And what is sad things that I ever saw is when the rescue team comes from Europe. There was 2 boats close to our fiver boat, and some people the boat was over collapsed, so people goes down to the fiver boat, you know, because of when they come to rescue, you see the water coming out and the boat was already broke, so we doesn't have no power to stay. So few people die in that.
The boat was already broken.
Yeah, and few people die under the boat. In that moment was also Europe next to them. They couldn't do anything. So they took us from there. I remember when the aqua the sea was quiet, and they throw things inside life jacket, and we take it. We wait for them for 7 hours to calm the water because there was still wind. In that time, when they close to us, the boat might go down.
Right, so they had to wait.
They have to wait in that period of time. Then they take us to the big boat, and when I go up, they start to tell us what's your name, where you're from. But in that time, you can't even talk.
Yeah.
Give us food, and they say to us, you guys are hands of Italians, and take care of your time. We're gonna come back to you guys. And there was other boats beside us was more than 7 boats. They get
different people.
different people. Then we spend 1 day with them. In that period, they give us food and medical health. Then we go to Lampedusa. So Lampedusa, for me, I was really, really sick with my neck, and I couldn't talk so much. And then they say, okay, you need a real assistant from hospital. 1 week I spent in Lampedusa, and then Lampedusa I go to Sicilia. Sicilia also went to Milan. It's the place called Monza. So after all this journey, it took me 1 year.
To recover.
1 year, the whole journey.
1
Gambia to
year.
Italy, yeah. It's not a 1 month journey. And
wow. So for a whole year after leaving and then getting there?
I get into Italy 2000 and something like, I think, 2015 because.
So to 2014 leaving here until 2015 getting
Yeah.
to Italy finally.
Yeah.
For a whole year, you have not been in communication with family.
Yeah, that
Have
was
you?
the time I don't even remember I have a family. For me, I forgot my family after 6 months. So I only think of my life.
Like how to survive.
I have to
How
survive.
to
So
survive.
I remember the first thing when I was in Italy, they asked me to go to therapy, to talk to somebody, and help me even to remember my names, my sisters, and this and that, how to get in touch with the people that come from Gambia, so Gambians.
At the time, did you even remember the numbers of people? I mean,
No, no, because when they say I was in Milan, I think I was in another country. I never know what is Milan, Rome, Napoli,
Right,
all those
right.
countries. I think it was different countries, because when I was in Africa, I'm not into Europe, so for me it's a new whole world. So, but the therapy helped me to remember names, and they tell me Jallow and da 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 from Facebook. They ask my family, and in between they find somebody who close to Jallow from Banjul, you know, somebody who knows my family. So I get in contact with that, and then we talk. But when I really get the number to call my mom, she was like, I think Ismaila is still, it doesn't exist, you know.
Yeah.
So for me,
Because by that time, I'm sure they probably thought that you didn't make it.
yeah, but they didn't know where
They
I
didn't
was.
know where you were, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so because before I left in the country, I also had a problem. So they think what happening to this guy. But when I talked to my mom, she started to realize, okay, they said, where are you? I said, I'm in Europe, I'm in Italy. She said, oh, okay. But for her, she wouldn't believe until when I call up WhatsApp and video calls, and then she realized, okay, Ismaila still exists.
Wow. This is very emotional and very, 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 very impressive story. I'm getting emotional, and I saw that you were emotional at some point.
Yeah.
How many people survived?
What I see,
Like, if you can just recall, because
yeah,
it was 200 of you.
Yeah, for me, I saw what I can remember less than 50 people.
From 200.
Yes. There was a woman who get birth inside the boat, I remember now.
She gave
She
birth
was,
in the
yeah,
boat.
she was pregnant.
And did the baby survive?
No, in that time, for me, I went off after that, when I take off to the boat, and what happened to the boat and who was there, I couldn't
You
get,
don't
so.
remember. By the time you got there and they were trying to help you, like for example, for you to know who you are as a person that just lost himself when you were in Libya, for you to trust again was a difficult time for you, like to trust anybody
Yeah.
to take care of you, because you wouldn't think that they were actually going to take care of you. Maybe
Yeah.
they would traffic you again,
Yeah.
you know.
Because it traumatized for
Yes.
Johnny, everything. So, but that side for me, when I came into to Lampedusa, I was a special doctor for me, and I
Wow.
started to realize, okay, so this is another situation. But for me to find out I'm in Europe, it was in Milan, not even even Lampedusa, Sicilia, because we traveled with a bus again. They took us from Lampedusa to Sicilia. We have to cross a boat to Sicilia, and then we spent 1 week. But in that 1 week also was a camp, you know. I don't know if you understand. It's a whole story building with rooms. But anyway, we're not prison, so at any time we have.
It's a shelter. We call it a shelter usually.
Yeah. So I was a little bit easy, because every day we used to travel an next trip, so we don't know the destination. We just make a line, so the bus come. They fill the bus. When the bus full, this one goes and the next one come. But every day, 3 days, many bus goes, but the last bus, I was the one supposed to step in. They said, no, this one is full. Tomorrow comes another one. I said, oh, I need to go, because you have that feeling since a year that I need to move to. You don't even know the destination.
Yeah, you just have to go to the next destination.
So that was for me. Also, now I think about it, I say, yeah, it was a crazy things.
Yeah.
but the next bus was my destination. I was really prepared for it. 8 o'clock, I take my bags and I say, I have to be front line, I need to move. So what, not because I have to move, I was suffering, but because I used to move. I only spend few days or months in this place, we go to next place. So that was my journey for my destination. The final destination, I saw Milan. Then I remember, oh, I think this name is similar to me because of football, Milan. So I say, oh, this is Milan. So we went to Milan city called Monza. So it's where we came, and I remember it was so cold, and the camp was full, and we have to stay outside with a camping place, and the water was like here with snow, but we must stay there because the city was full of immigrants. There was no place for us, and we have to spend like.
Which camp was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, it's called Palanzani. It's in Monza, and it's.
And it's still there.
Now they moved to another camp, but we was the first ones who was there. There was the company called PRA. You know, okay. There is a community, like, I don't know how to call them. It's a group by those who taking care of migrants in illegal.
So they were the ones responsible for
for it, yeah.
So then you were told you have to go to school.
Yeah,
you have to learn Italian.
Yeah.
And so you started from the ABC.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of
everything from the ground. What's your name? Where you from? How old are you? And
at that time, what language did you speak? Pula? You just spoke Pula and Wolof at the time?
No, in the journey I also.
Before, yes, in the journey, yes.
I start to speak even Nigerians, Nigerian, Libyan, whatever comes in my mind, because you get into touch so many people.
Right.
So, but communication was not a big problem. My problem in the journey was to survive. But I was in Italy, and I have to take now one journey. And for me, my journey was not to go into Germany or Switzerland. Or I see my destination, is in Italy. Then I keep myself to learn the language, start to learn the language. I was very fast.
Was it fast for you?
For me, yes, but it's very difficult language.
Yeah. Your journey is like a movie.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know, like this could be acted, because there's a lot of that component that is happening already to others. Because for you, you didn't choose this journey. It was kind of like imposed on you and many other young people that you have never seen again after this journey. I assume that's the case.
Yeah.
200 that left with you from Gambia to going. You haven't seen them again.
No.
After coming back to Gambia or even being in Europe. But from this entire situation, you just transformed it to something positive.
Yes.
You were able to get out of this and say, I can survive not only speaking the language, but also I can make something out of myself being in this country. Now you're a designer.
Yeah.
Please, you have to tell us, how did this happen?
First of all, I wanted to know what is Italy, what is the country that I live. I was not in a hurry, because I was easy. So I tried to learn the language. After there is what they call, I did a terza media. I don't know how to say it in English because I never go to school in English. So we have terza media, B1 or B2. So I did all those things. I started to speak the language. I have friends, so I try to have new life. Now in Italy, there's a process. There was a process. Now you learn this and you bring good things in the table. So you have to find a way to build something else, because in the camp, when your internship, I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, internship.
Internship finished, you have to left.
Okay.
In that period, they help you to speak the language and to do some courses and to find for you to the time that you wait for document.
So when you're in, you know, some people think that when you're in Italy, you don't have the opportunity to learn, right? And you're saying that actually when you're in the camp, you are encouraged to learn.
Yeah.
You are encouraged to be a good citizen of the country.
Yeah, they give you guidelines. After those guidelines, I follow all the guidelines that I have. That for me, I was not waiting. They get paid for my school, they get paid for my everything, even my food and everything. So I have only destination to achieve something. Then I was anger that I want to achieve something. And they say, okay, so Ismail, listen, you have a chance to study something else. What do you want to do, mechanic, or you want to go on with the school, or you have a doc, whatever. So I said, for me, what I only know, I know the fashion industry, tailor shop. I just say, oh, nice. You know, the country here, Italy is one of the most famous country about fashion. It's the capital of fashion industry. So maybe we can bring